onto it. So the abstract characteristics of information systems is what we are talking about. Okay. Um, now, we are majorly looking at the major characteristics of computerized information systems. Of course, we know what information systems do. We know their functions. We know their importance. But we want to look at the characteristics of computerized information systems. So the major characteristics of computerized information systems include, but not limited to, one, we have computerization of the management of the different structures of the business. Computerization of the management of the different structures of the businesses. When we talk about structures of the businesses, we are talking about things like accounts, accounting. We are talking about things like the human resources. So all these are computerized. Yeah, all these are the management of all these structures are computerized, and of course they are computerized using technologies such as the databases. We have databases, of course, for storing accounting information, for storing uh, uh, the human, or you can say the workforce information. We also have the manipulation of user interfaces. The manipulation of user interfaces. A user interface is a simplified area of interaction between the user and the system, because you might be designing a system as a programmer. You understand the back end of that system and how you can use it from the back end. But for someone who does not have programming experience, they might not be able to use it from the back end. So you need to create a user interface where the user can simply do some simple activities, maybe dragging and dropping files, uh, typing in things and clicking on save. Uh, maybe wants to close a page, just clicks on close. But on the back end, it's something different. So we need to have the databases, we need to have the user interfaces for that sake. Now, an example of a user interface: if you go to Facebook, for example, you see a login page. What you see there is a login page. You're able to put in your email or your phone number or your password, and then you click login. But in the back end, there is no that login page. You have to use code to actually log in. So for many majority users, they don't have the programming experience to say that all of them can use the back end, and that is why there is a user interface, a page that you can easily type in things and you click login, and things are happening that way. So computerization is happening or is done through the use of databases and through the use of user interfaces. So we computerize accounting, we computerize all the structures of all the business structures of the organization uh, using those features. So there is computerization. Number two, there is automation. There's automation of all the business workflows. There's automation of all the business workflows through the computerized processes. Through the computerized processes. So through computerization, um, we have we are able to automate the workflows. We are able to automate the workflows. So the various computerized processes that involve employees, or we can say maybe users, or maybe some objects, for example, the administrators, using what we call the enterprise resource planning or some other applications to just ensure that we have automated workflow. Now, what do we mean by automation? We simply mean the word automation comes from the word automatic. So something is done by a click, maybe a click of a button. A process is done automatically. For example, assuming that you are using maybe a loan management system where it offers loans to people. The process of checking if somebody is eligible for the loan is automatic. You don't go there and start scrutinizing the documents, and then you are burning your head thinking if we should give this person a loan or not. The system checks based on the information provided and based on the criteria that the organization provided to the system or designed the system to use. Then the system automatically checks and sees if the person qualifies for a loan or the person does not qualify. So when we have computerization, then automation comes in. Number 3, we have the decisional information systems. We have the decisional information systems that are actually offering indicators. We talked about this. They offer indicators, they offer trends, they show the various trends, they show the various patterns that are actually hidden, they show graphs. Now, when we have indicators, when we have trends, when we have the hidden patterns, and when we even have graphs, then it's going to help us acquire a better understanding of the business state and the various evolution of the decision information systems. So they're just like dashboards that enable us to exploit data. Yeah. So they are there offering indicators. That is also a feature. They are there. The decisional information systems are there offering indicators. Okay. The other thing is the factors. Those are majorly they are the three ones are the major features. So I want us to look at the factors that make a good information system. So we have many information systems in place. We have many people designing information systems for organizations, for companies, for institutions. But the question is, how can you tell a good information system? How can you tell this is a good information system, this is not a good information system? So there are factors that we look at, there are factors that we consider for us to know that this is a good information system or this is not a good information system. So factors that make a good information system includes: 1, the accuracy and reliability of the information. The accuracy and reliability of the information. The accuracy and reliability of the information. Now, accurate information simply means it doesn't have errors. It doesn't have errors. Accurate information have no errors. So if we say, for example, the birth rate of India is this, now that is exactly what it is. That is what it means by accuracy. Yeah. So you're providing true information that has no errors, that is not altered. That is accuracy. This is the meaning of the word accuracy. Again, we have the word reliability. Reliability simply means depended on. Yeah. Depended on. Is the information provided by this information system depended on? Can you depend on that information? Now, if I say Michelle is reliable, it simply means maybe I have given you a number of tasks in a number of times, and you did not fail me in those tasks. So whatever you brought out as an output was basically something tangible, and for all the number of times you did not fail, or you produced quality output. So we say you are reliable. In other words, the chances of you failing are almost zero. So if we say, for example, we can say, if we say air transport is reliable, what do we mean? The chances of failure are minimal. It does not really mean that there can't be issues. There can be issues, but when we compare, when we look at reliability, we look at the reduced or the minimal chances of error. The minimal chances of error. And reliability can actually feature many other areas, not just the error. It can also feature availability. Availability is also another issue. Yeah. If information system is available, then it's I mean, if the information system provides information when it is needed, then basically we can rely on it. You can't be reliable if you're not available. Yeah. Okay. The second factor that we consider is the usefulness of information. Usefulness of information. Usefulness of information. Is the information system providing us with information that is useful? You can just provide information, but the information is not helping anyone because it's not useful. Yeah. For example, if you're looking for a job, you're looking for, let's say, you're looking for a job, a managerial position, and somebody comes to you and informs you about a receptionist position. Yes, you have the information, and the person has given you information that is reliable because it is true information, but that information is not useful to you. That information is not useful to you because you're not looking for a receptionist job. Or maybe somebody comes and teaches, gives you information about what is happening in America, for instance. What is happening in America? But the question is, are you in America? No. Are you not in? Are you in the region where whatever is happening is happening? Because if you're not there, it means it's not going to affect you. So you are informed, yes, but that information is not useful. There is nothing you can do about it. Information that when you are just informed, you say, okay, and that's it. It's useless. It's useless. You cannot use that information. So the information must be useful. Number 3, timeliness of information. Timeliness of information. Timeliness of information. Now, if you receive information that is not timely, then there's nothing you can do with that information. And if you make a decision based on information that is not timely, then that basically means you're going to make a wrong decision. For instance, you want to decide whether to increase production in your company or reduce production, and you are seeking for information, for instance, about the orders that you have in the company. The orders that you have, in other words, the demand that you have. And somebody brings you information about the demand, but this information is for the past year. They have brought information about the demand, but it's for the past year. They have brought it this year. Now you see, you're going to make a decision of maybe increasing production based on that information. But that is not the current thing that is happening. That demand is not the current demand in the market. So at the end of the day, you might increase production, and then you realize you have produced many goods that are not selling. You are having the goods there, and you cannot pay your employees using the goods. You need money to pay them. Or you have produced less goods, but all goods are sold and you have nothing to sell. Why? Because the information that was brought to you was not timely. A good example also can be, you're looking for a job and somebody sees the poster for the job, and the poster is maybe requiring you to send your application. The deadline is today, and then the person comes tomorrow and tells you. You see, now that information is useless. It's useless because it's not timely. You're telling me today, but the deadline for application was yesterday. So an information system that produces information that is timely, then we say it is a good information system. Last but not least, completeness of information. Completeness of information. Completeness of information. When you give an information that is not complete, again, that is not information systems that give information that is not complete are not good information systems. Basically, they are not good information systems, because incomplete information will basically lead into wrong decisions. For instance, somebody comes and tells you, somebody walks into your room and tells you, Michelle, someone is calling you, or maybe let's say your mom is calling you, and then the person leaves. At that time, you don't know where mom is. You don't know where she's in the kitchen, in the sitting room, or in her room, or she's in the garden. You don't know. Now, that information is incomplete. You will start asking yourself questions. Where is she? You see? Because it is incomplete. Or someone comes and tells you there's a job there's a job vacancy in this company, and then they go. They don't tell you how to apply. They don't tell you when is the deadline. That information is incomplete. And information systems that produce incomplete information are not good information systems. So majorly those are the 4 factors that we look at. Now we move on to, unless you have a question, we want to go to the next thing. Any question?
No.
You're okay? Alright.
Okay.
Capabilities of information systems. Capabilities of information systems. When we talk about capabilities of information systems, we are just talking about what information systems are able to do. What information systems are able to do. So there are a set of capabilities that can actually be exploited in information systems to achieve the required business results. And we can actually take advantage of these capabilities by implementing systems that are going to suit the specific business needs, and actually enable a company or an institution to respond to the demands of its environment, or rather its clients or its users, etc. The principal capabilities or the main capabilities of information systems include: 1, they are capable of fast and accurate data processing. Fast and accurate data processing. So there is large capacity storage also. It's still on the same point. Fast accurate data processing with large capacity storage. They also have rapid communication between sites. You are able to communicate with maybe departments and all that rapidly. That is first capability. The second capability is the instantaneous access to information. Instantaneous access for information. There's no delay in information accessing. If you want to access information, you can access that information instantly. You don't have to wait until who responds or who brings what. So there's that capability of you accessing information instantly. The third one is informations have means of coordination. They have means of coordination. They have means of coordination. In other words, they are able to bring organizations, or maybe several organizations that are working together, or even several departments or several units of an organization, bringing them together in a common effort to have them work together to achieve a common goal. So they have means of coordination. They have means of coordination. The fourth capability is boundary spanning. Boundary spanning. Boundary spanning. So these systems basically through the through or rather the organization is able to receive what we call intelligence about the environment. Okay, and it's also able to provide information that is computerized about its customers, its suppliers, and its public at large. In other words, they enable the connection between the organization and the external world, or the external environment. So the system enables receiving of intelligence information about its environment, of course, through the front desk, because we said the transaction processing systems are the ones that they act as the link between the internal environment and the external environment. So they are also able to they also enable us to provide computerized information, or to have computerized information about our customers, about our suppliers, and also the environment or the public at large. Number 5 capability is they offer support for decision making. They offer support for decision making. We looked at the decision support information systems, and we said what the decision support information systems does is they analyze information and they help us to simulate or to model the outcome of any decision that we take. So these systems have the capability to offer support to our decision making. So you can actually use an information system to model the results. You look at, if I take this decision, what is the possibility or what is likely to happen if I take this decision? What is likely to happen if I take this particular decision? So you can model it, you can simulate it, and see it through the information systems. We are on number 6. And the capability number 6 is supporting organizational memory and learning. Supports organizational memory and learning. Supports organizational memory and learning. So they are actually means by which knowledge from the past is brought into the present. Because we said we normally record activities, events, and every transactions that we do in the transaction processing systems. So all these being recorded and being acquitted, we are able to exert influence on the present by looking at the organizational activities, especially the past organizational activities. So we have the elements of the organizational memory that are actually contained in softwares. They are in the data knowledge bases, for example, the databases, and we are able to incorporate the the information about the past events and the present events. So we are able to store information rather. So we have information that we stored, and then we are able to learn from that information. We are able to learn from that information. So it is supporting the organizational memory and also the learning. The various means which knowledge from the past exerts influence maybe on the present organizational activities. We have knowledge in the past, then we refer to the knowledge in the past to influence the present activities of the organization. Number 7, routinizing organizational practice. Routinizing organizational practice or practices. Routinizing organizational practices. So through information systems, we are able to create to create a routine of our practices in the organization. We are able to create a routine of our practices in the organization. Number 8, information systems have the capability of differentiating products and services. Enables us to differentiate, or they bring the difference of products and services, differentiation of products and services. Last but not least, we have automation. You have automation where information systems try to replace human labor. We have automation where the systems try to replace human labor. We are not going to go far today. We will stop there. I have a meeting that is at 11. I just want to get ready for the meeting. So we'll stop there. We will pick tomorrow from technology used in different information systems. So tomorrow we'll talk about technology used in different information systems. We'll talk about that from tomorrow. And that means we will finish outcome 1 tomorrow. When we do technology used in different information systems, that will be the end of outcome 1. And then from there we can have, next week we can start on the second outcome. Any question? Right, enjoy your day and see you tomorrow.
Thank you. Bye.
Okay, bye.